Okay. Capacitors. Capacitor is a system which consists of two conductors separated by a dielectric material. It's called a capacitor. Capacitors can be used to store charge. Okay. Why we are using only conductors to make capacitor means conductors at room temperature contains free electrons. Okay, that we'll see in detail. So this is one conductor and this is another conductor are separated by a small distance. If we give charge to these conductors in any mean, one will acquire positive charge, other equal negative charge. Then we will say it is a capacitor. Okay, the space between these two conductors is filled with a dielectric material. That is, here I haven't filled anything, that means air is there. Air is a dielectric material, we know. So then this charge produces electric field between them. Electric field line starts on positive charge and ends on negative charge. So these two conductors together forms a capacitor. See here, the magnitude of electric field lies between these two conductors is directly proportional to charge. That means electric field is directly proportional to charge. Okay. Next, potential. We know potential at any point in the electric field is the work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to that point. Okay, similarly, here, if you want to move a unit positive charge from one conductor to another conductor, we need to do work against the electrostatic repulsion. Because when I am moving a unit positive charge from this negative conductor to positive conductor attracts, positive conductor repels. So against to that actually I have to move a unit positive charge. So the work done to move a unit positive charge from negative conductor to positive conductor is only called as potential difference. That work done W is equal to Q into delta V. W is equal to, we know, this is unit positive charge and the potential difference. The work done itself is called potential difference. That means the potential difference between the two conductors is also directly proportional to charge. So potential difference directly proportional to charge. Okay, this is proportionality. This proportionality I have to replace with some constant. So that constant I am going to replace with letter C. Okay, this C is called capacitance of the capacitor. This capacitance is constant. This is proportionality constant. Proportionality constant, physics equations, they never depends on the surrounding physical quantities. That means capacitance of the capacitor is independent of charge on the capacitor, independent of potential difference between the capacitor. Okay, so C is equal to Q by V. We know unit for charge is coulomb, unit for potential difference is volt. Okay, this is SI unit of capacitance, coulomb per volt. It can also be written as farad. Farad. SI unit of capacitance is farad. See, capacitance is a scalar physical quantity. Even isolated conductor also can be treated as a capacitor. For example, see, if I take a sphere, if you charge this, charge on this conductor is Q and its radius is say R. Second conductor I will imagine at infinity. Okay, so this forms a capacitor. Second conductor is imagined at infinity. Okay, so now we know Q is equal to CV. See, V means difference, potential difference. I would like to calculate capacitance of this isolated capacitor. Okay, that means I need to calculate potential difference. So potential on the surface of this conductor, say V1, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Okay, potential on the second conductor, which is at infinity, so that's why its potential is 0. That means potential difference V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So if we substitute here, Q is equal to C into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R, Q gets cancels out, then capacitance of this isolated capacitor C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. Okay, by using this expression, I can calculate capacitance of the earth. Earth is a good conductor. We'll imagine that is also in the spherical shape, so that I can calculate capacitance of the earth. So earth capacitance C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught value I know. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power of 9. Only 4 pi epsilon naught is 1 by 9 into 10 to the power of 9. Where R is radius of the sphere, that means I need to take radius of the earth, that is 6400 kilometers. I would like to convert that kilometers into meters by multiplying 1000. If we simplify this, you will get answer 711 into 10 to the power of minus 6 you will get. So that means that can be written as 711 microfarads. Huge capacitor capacitance is only 711 microfarad. That means farad is a very big unit. Then we should know how to store charge on the capacitor. So there are many ways we have to store charge on the capacitor. In that first one we will discuss, that is principle of capacitance. Okay, just understand this one very carefully. For example, if I take one metal plate, I am dealing with the plates now. Okay, it is a metallic conductor. This is one metal plate. Okay, we have given a charge plus Q. For example, this metal plate have positive charge. This is a thick plate. That means charge on this side is plus Q by 2. Charge on this side is plus Q by 2. Equal distribution takes place. If you bring identical uncharged plate here, then what will happen? This positive charge induces negative charge on this inner surface, and it induces positive charge on the farther surface. Okay, if you ground this one, then this plus Q by 2 is a free charge. So that's why earth supplies electrons. As the positive charge on this surface is neutralized by the flow of electrons, immediately what will happen? This positive charge Q by 2 also starts flowing inside. After some time, this entire positive charge on this side will come to inside, and it will become plus Q by plus Q, and it will become plus Q. So it induces minus Q charge. Okay, here it induces plus Q. That plus Q will be neutralized by the flow of electrons from earth to this conductor, and after some time we can remove the earthing. Then this capacitor acquires equal magnitude of charge and opposite polarity on the inner surfaces of these plates. Outer surface of this plate have 0 charge. Outer surface of this plate also should have 0 charge. So this infers that whenever you place conducting plates like this, you place any number of plates, it doesn't matter. If you take 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. Outer surface of the first and outer surface of the last should have same charge. If Q charge lies here, here also Q charge lies. That's it. Here there is no charge, here also there is no charge. Here negative charge, here also you will have equal amount of negative charge. This is a rule. Okay, inner surface of the first conductor, if it possesses a plus q charge, this possesses a negative charge. The inner surfaces of two consecutive plates should have equal magnitude and unlike charge. For example, here if it possesses x coulombs of charge, it possesses minus x, that's it. If it possesses y, this is minus y. This is how a charge distribution will take place between the parallel plates. The method of charging the capacitor is connecting to a battery, connecting to a cell. See, for example, if you take two identical conductors are placed like this, okay, and it is, see, why we are taking only metals to form a capacitor? Because this metal consists of free electrons at room temperature. Okay, to store charge on this metal means, if we connect a cell of V volts, we know about cell. Cell is a chemical energy. Okay, this chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. So this cell creates potential difference between the two conductors. When there is no charge on this conductor means potential is zero. This is also potential zero initially. Okay, now what is the role of this cell is to transfer those free electrons from one conductor to another conductor. That is the role of the cell. So as soon as we connect this battery or a cell to this capacitor plates, immediately this is a high potential region, this will become low potential region. So immediately it transfer one electron from one plate to another plate. It resides on the other plate. Okay. When this cell wants to remove one more electron, it is not that much easy as previous. Previously removing electron is so easy. But now removing second electron is a bit difficult because this positive charge attracts this electron. So that means the transfer of electrons from one plate to another plate are taking place against to electrostatic attraction. So storing charge on the capacitor is not an easy task. Okay, but as long as there is a potential difference between these two, charge will flow from one plate to another plate. Once the potential difference across these two plates is equal to potential difference of terminal potential difference of the cell, then further flow of electrons does not take place. Okay, so electrons are flowing in this direction, electrons are moving in this direction, means current will flow in opposite direction, we know from our basics. Okay, see, once the potential difference between the cell and the potential difference between the capacitor plates becomes equal, there is no flow of electrons and there is no flow of current. As long as you connect the cell to the capacitor is immaterial. There is no further flow of charge from one plate to another plate. There is no current in the circuit. That means we will say capacitor blocks direct current. It will not allow direct current for long time. It will allow direct current for small interval of time. Okay, this is how we can store charge on the capacitor. This plate acquires plus Q, this plate acquires equal amount of negative charge because just charge means transfer of electrons from one plate to another plate. That's why condition for charge on the capacitor is one conductor should have positive charge on the inner surface and other conductor should contain equal amount of negative charge on the inner surface. Charge on the capacitor means we will take any one of the charge, only magnitude of the charge I will take, but net charge is plus Q plus minus Q, you will get 0. net charge on the capacitor is 0. But charge on the capacitor means I will take this plus Q. This you have to remember. Electrical symbol of capacitor is this. This is a symbol of capacitor. There are three types of capacitors. One is parallel plate capacitor. Usually we can deal with capacitors like this. Spherical capacitor, this is a solid sphere and this is hollow sphere of radius A and this radius B. The gap between these two conductors is called, here actually electric field will exist. Okay, and this is cylindrical capacitor of inner radius A and outer radius B. Inner one is a solid cylinder and outer one is a hollow cylinder and its length is L. This is how actually we have three type of capacitors, but whatever the capacitor it may be, electrical representation is this only. Okay, don't think that capacitor is represented like this means it is a parallel plate capacitor. Why? Because these two are similar in appearance. But any capacitor, if it is a parallel plate or spherical or cylindrical, doesn't matter, electrical representation is this only.